It is an eventing day with Mr. Donut. Good boy. Just grabbed him in from the field. I need to crack on and get him platted up. And then we are heading off to Oasby Horse Trials for Donut's first event of the season. So let's get going. Hey presto, we are here. Oasby is our most local event, so it only takes like 20 minutes to get here. Been and collected my numbers. Got my tagged because I may have gone splat off of Teddy when my stirrup leather snapped, which is a little bit annoying. But hey ho. Yes, got that tagged as well. And now I need to sort my donut out. Yeah, good. I'm doing studs. Stud duty. Right, I know I've not filmed anything in between, I'm sorry. But I've got my tripod. So Dotty is plaited and he has his studs in. So I'm just getting myself ready now. And then we will be on our way. It's got quite chilly outside. I don't know, can you see my cheeks? I always go very rosy when I'm either warm or cold or anything really, just seem to go rosy. But anyway, yeah, we are doing the B100 today. I don't think I've mentioned that yet, just to ease ourselves back into it. And then I don't know how it will go. I don't feel like we're the most prepared in the world, but it's more for like a fitness run and one to just get going. And then I'm planning on spending another 6 weeks training from here and going to our first novice afterwards, providing today goes okay, like first novice of the season. So yeah, right, I've got it's a little bit chilly as mentioned, so I have put my cross-country colour on because it's got this little white bit, and I figured it's got long sleeves, so it'll keep me warm hopefully. Yeah, not much else to say. I've not seen the course yet because we've got a big gap between dressage and show jumping, so I will walk it then. But Nutty so far is being very cool. He's trembling a little. I think he knows what's going on. Does love his eventing, bless him. And yeah, we will see how today goes. Okay then, dressage warm up. Let's go. I know you guys haven't seen much of Donut since before winter, but he's doing well. And as mentioned, I think I mentioned it, I had entered Oasby as a bit of a fitness run, so I wasn't expecting it to be the best run in the world for Donut, but I just wanted him to feel like he was getting back out and back on with things. And instead of going and entering like a training show, which would have probably, by the time I added fuel in to go somewhere further afield, probably would have cost me about the same, it made sense just to enter Oasby and go 20 minutes down the road to pop around it, and I knew he'd enjoy it, so that's what we decided to do. I've had one dressage lesson with Donut this year, which I did the previous week to Oasby, and yeah, I found it really useful. I've started having some lessons with she's a dressage judge as well, but a trainer called Emily Hedger. She's ridden up to, I don't know, Pre-St. George, much higher than I'll ever ride to dressage-wise, not if I keep eventing at least. And I just found her really useful and really like she got Donuts. So I feel like sometimes I can't get in there and ride Donut. And what Emily sort of said, and it seems silly because I know this, with sharp horses you want to put your leg on more. And what she was saying is he gets a shock because I sit quiet on him. He gets a shock every time I pop an aid on because he's like, oh my God, because I've been sat quiet beforehand. So she was like, just do more while you're riding him very quietly. Don't expect anything to happen fast. Let the transition take a little bit longer. And then that is a good way to help him stay relaxed as he works, because you're not shocking him, you're not surprising him. And that way, because he tries so hard, you sort of just giving him a nice calm vibes, which I really liked. Because it's a training run, I'm not wanting him in a terribly up outline, but you can see he's lovely and consistent, really nicely round. He's not tight, he's nice and relaxed, and I think that's a good way to be. And we're loosening him off here. I'm just doing some mini on and backs. You can barely see the on and backs, but it's just little changes in his pace so that he knows that I can ask him to do something without him sort of flying off the handle and having to panic about reacting too quickly, because he's so conscientious. He's just a bit like, it's okay, I can do it, Mum, I can do it. And then I think here I'm just bending him a little. And yeah, the whole warm-up for him is about making sure that he stays relaxed and happy, and I don't do anything to shock him too much, and I'm just gently getting him to work through and over his body. And I'm really pleased with how he's looking at the minute. Bless him, he's a good boy. He's never going to be a big old flashy Warmblood, because that's just not what he is. He's a Thoroughbred, but he's very correct and very, very obliging. He tries really hard. They'd done quite a good job with the ground, so I'd say this bit of the warm-up was the hardest ground we rode on all day. But even in the dressage arenas, they'd aerated it, so that was a bonus. It's just crazy how we've not had very much rain this spring, so it's quite the contrast to last year. But yeah, he's doing okay, and I think he's looking really smart. I wouldn't want him in any tighter outline than that. I think that's a good place to be. Okay, and down we went. So what I was doing around the edge here was a little bit of shoulder in and a little bit of on and back, just to keep him on my aids again, but without making him feel like he had to jazz up too much. All I wanted from this test was just a good, obedient, relaxed test. And the way he came in, he's such a pro, isn't he? He's not forgotten a single thing. He knows that he's got to crack on and get the job done for dressage and be settled, and then he knows he can go and do his fun stuff. Like, I didn't know if he'd be a bit jazzy because it was the first one out, but no, Donut was just like, no, I know the drill, I know the job. So he is a super good boy. Okay, I've got my test. So this first centre line, then we turn left. We got a 7 for the centre line. I mean, it's straight. There's no comment. It's straight. I mean, what more could you want? Rhythmical, good balance off the turn. I think you could have even had more than a 7, but, 7's fair enough. Turn left, turn right. Got a 6.5 with tending to take weight on shoulder through turn. So, maybe needs to be a little bit more up through his shoulder. I'm going to say it now, guys. I was really disappointed with my dressage score for Donut's test because I thought he did a beautiful test. And you can watch it and let us know your thoughts. But we got a 35 in the end, and a horse a couple before us was going around quite inconsistent in its test. And I know you shouldn't bother with comparing too much, but it was certainly bobbing its head round, rhythm was changing, the likes, and it scored a whole lot better than Donut did. And I felt a little bit sad for Donut because he tried so hard, and as you can see, he's getting on, he's doing all the moves in the right order, he's in a nice shape. Yeah, maybe he could be a little bit rounder here. He's never going to compete with the really flashy types that do a nice, obedient, correct test. But I do think if you do a pretty much clear round test that is this obedient and accurate and consistent, I do feel like you should be able to get slightly higher scores. Anyway, let's catch you up on the scores. We got 6.5 and then we got a 6 for that serpentine, and I thought it was a beautiful serpentine. We got a 7 for our canter transition, a 6 for our circle right in canter, a 7 for our trot transition, a 7 for our walk, 6.5 for change the rein free walk on a long rein, 7 for the trot, and then a 7 for the canter, and then a 6 for this circle left. Saying hind could step under more. I really think his hind is stepping under a lot, but dressage is subjective. 6 for the turn left and trot transition. Maybe slightly abrupt. We didn't really have a comment there for that, but I didn't think it was a bad transition. 6 is satisfactory under judging terms. 3 loop serpentine this way. We got a 6. Tending to take weight on shoulder on turns. Maybe falling in a tad there. I can possibly see that. Half circle left to X, 6.5. She wants the hocks under more. Let's have a look. They're stepping under pretty well. He lost his balance a little on that turn, but not bad. And a 6.5 for his halt with not quite balanced. Anyway, I was proud of Donut. I thought he tried really hard. I felt like I rode an accurate test personally. And I think sometimes, I don't know, maybe you'll think that the judging was fair. But I think sometimes it's just the way of the world. You don't always meet eye to eye with judges. People train differently. It just is how it is. But I think in those times it's important for me not to change how I'm riding and training my horses, because I'm hoping to train them for the future. So I want a soft, relaxed horse in my test. So I'm very, very proud of him. Good boy, Donutty. Okay, straight on to the cross-country course walk. Obviously, untacked Donut in between. I didn't seem to get many behind-the-scenes videos. I'm sorry, guys. So we're ending up quite voiceover heavy, but it was too windy for me to be able to get sort of like my in-the-moment opinion. But anyway, nice start to the course. Couple of nice little, just fairly bog standard cross-country fences. The ground was great. You can see there where they've spiked it. Number 4 was a little house, and then this water was reasonably strong, not terribly strong, but decent. We just cantered through the water, round to a skinny, but there was no way of running out because it was right in the middle. Then you looped back on yourself. That was quite interesting. You had this curving line. I think I rode it on 5 each time, but I didn't actually walk the striding because anything can happen on a curve. When I say the ground was good, it was still firm, but I thought they'd done an incredible job considering the run-up. This log, I jumped on the angle. I thought I'd jump it straighter like the way I walked it, but I jumped it more of an angle. Ooh, I'm missing videos of the bank. I must not have pressed video. That's a shame. There's a little step up and a drop off before these 2 fences. And then we're down in the hollow, and this fence was interesting because this walked on a half stride. You either had 3 big strides or 4 little strides, depending on how you jumped in. So making you make a decision. Then it sort of almost felt it related onto this corner. It was quite a wide corner, but nothing that we can't handle. Then a nice old gallop up the hill to that pipes. Then this chase fence, and then you go into that little gap in the woods, and there was a relatively, in comparison to the rest of the fences, relatively beefy roll top that you couldn't see until about a stride and a half away because you had to go around a tree, and then quite a few strides into this drop off that sort of looks like you're jumping off the face of the earth, but actually it's a very small drop, hence why I can jump down it. Then a gallop down to the penultimate fence, this nice big table, more what I was looking for on the course, like nice beefy fence, and finishing off with a little brush fence. So just a fairly nice course to go and pop around. Let's have a look at his show jumping. I'm going to stop voiceovering because you've had enough of my voice.
And over to number 81, section D, 0 west, then drift on course 35, ridden by Maggie, 2 elements, 0 west.
Yesterday has gone to sleep, so all that's left is you and me. I can promise you're the only thing I see. Hold my hand and hear the words I say. Close your eyes and let us fade away. Build a secret place for you and me. Let our minds be caught up in a dream. Quiet voices in the night. Time is running out of sight. A lonely wind is passing by. Tries to carry all the whispers that it finds. The walls are listening when we talk, making echoes as we walk. There's no one left but you and me. It's like a made-up place that only we can see. Hold my hand and hear the words I say. Close your eyes and let us fade away. Build a secret place for you and me. Let our minds be caught up in a dream.
Hello, checking in with Mr. Nut. Mum doing a little brush for you, isn't she? We have done dressage and show jumping, and he is being a thoroughly good boy. Our dressage, utter nonsense, because he was a really good boy and we got a really bad score. So don't really know, but either which way, I'm really chuffed with him. He's been a really super duper star. And then the show jumping, he was so excited. I will add, I've even watched back my dressage test, because sometimes I can think, oh, it was a good dressage test, and watch it back and go, oh, it wasn't such a great dressage test. But I've watched it back and I was really chuffed with it. So we are very happy with you. You were a super duper star. Show jumping was speedy, but he was actually really good. That was his first show jumping round this year, I think. So really, really good, and had a pole. And now I'm gonna go change my stuff so I'm not in my show gear and go into cross country gear. And we'll go for a little spin around the cross country course. Eh, Nutsy? You're a good boy.
I know, it seems a bit odd, but actually quite nice.
I haven't been out there, I've been doing show jumping dressage all morning.
It's quite nice.
I'm going out there now.
I would say that side you can see more than that side.
I'm gonna dance by myself like nobody's watching. Don't really care if my rhythm's off, 'cause I'm gonna dance like nobody's watching me.
Okay, it is a new morning now, and sorry, I didn't do a roundup last night because it's just been busy. I don't know what am I best walking like this? So you've got a little bit of light, but not much. Yeah, I think I put it on my social media the other day. I've been having a lot of personal stress and pressure going on, and it's actually all getting much better now, but it's just been one of those where you have to work through it, isn't it? Anybody who knows any part of adulting or life, sorry, I will try and keep this out of the way. Shall I just do, yeah, any part of adulting or life does just happen sometimes, and you get on with it and it's all okay in the end. But I just feel like we've been going through a phase of that. What about if I this is right, I can barely see, but you can see me. So yeah, that's why I didn't do a roundup last night, because I was just sorting out some of those last things. I'm pleased to say they are sorted, which is great. Donut was fantabulous yesterday. He really enjoyed his cross country. He was such a little superstar. He's not forgotten a thing, and I think this is a really good starting place to work from for him, because I now know what I need to work on, and the likes, and it's what I was already aware of really, but nice to just go out into competition situation, and also nice to work on some of the things I have been working on and feel like it is on the right track. Anyway, as you can see from the darkness, it's very early in the morning. It's just turned 5 a.m. I've already sorted out the majority of the yard and made sure the lorry's loaded. So I'm just on the very long walk down to the field. That's why we've been able to chat for 2 minutes already. And gonna make sure everybody's okay, give Donut a good check over, and then grab Maggie in and pop some plats in her. Give her a quick brush, obviously. So I'm going to crack on and do that and put my head torch back on my head so it's not blinding me, and I'll catch you when it's a bit lighter. And just like that, it is daylight. It's 6:30 now. I've come to collect my number because they're printing numbers for events, but they're not open yet. So I'm having a quick check of the course. It's the same as what I jumped Danny around yesterday, I think. He popped round really well, didn't he? I didn't actually walk it yesterday, I just had a look. But yeah, beefy enough for a 100, but you always expect that at bead events. They put you through a proper show jumping, which, to be honest, I think is good, because then they're checked you're safe to go cross country. And I think the course is actually the same. They've just maybe switched some jumps. I didn't jump that jump yesterday. I jumped that one. It's in the same place, it's just a different jump. That's why I thought the course was different, but no, I think it's same course, different jumps. Yeah, so don't quite know what I'm going to do about my number bib. Maybe go and start getting Maggie ready, and then come back to try and get my number off them, maybe, because I'm on at like 6 minutes past 8 or something. So this dog leg here, from number 2 to number 3, is fairly, so here's your jump, and we're going to that. It's just quite a sharp one, and the other dog leg that's quite sharp is that. It's like a proper curved line, so you go over the double, proper curved line to that red poles, which I didn't really realise it was quite so curved until I was riding Donut through it. But he was a good egg anyway. So yeah, anyway, I shall walk this. See you in a bit. Pretty girl. You excited? And straight back into the dressage warm-up we go. So this time with Maggie, we've got the exact same test as Donut did. It's just on a new day. We decided that given that Oasby's so close to home, we thought it would be just nice to take the horses on separate days so that we're not in a rush. So for Maggie, at the minute, our aim is to get her a little bit more uphill. So she naturally, because she's a bit croup high and just how she's put together, and I think has a little bit of a leftover from the colic surgery as well, because it's a slice into her belly. She just doesn't quite step under and up as much as I might like, and it's been something that's been a real long-term thing to work on. So something Emily suggested to me to help getting her hind end stepping under more is leg yields, but not like dressage test leg yields. So, I'd get a terrible mark for those if it was a dressage test. But leg yields that go across and really make her step across and use herself. So I was doing quite a few of those. She also does quite a lot of on and back work. And Emily, a bit unlike Donut, because of course all my horses are all really rather different. Unlike Donut, we kind of need to use less aids with Maggie because she quite likes to sort of sit and hang on you a little bit. So Emily was getting me to do lots of give and retakes so Maggie holds herself up rather than me holding her up. And she said, obviously in the test, don't just drop her. But certainly when you're warming up and you're riding at home, just check that she's actually in self-carriage and not leaning on the bridle and the like. So give and retake with one, both, or alternating reins. And again, I'm just trying to do little bits of on and back to engage the hind end and ride her forwards and uphill. And into the ring we go. So I'm quite pleased with how she's looking. I don't think we're at the finished article yet, but this is our final prep run before Badminton with Maggie. So I feel like we've got another couple of weeks of training and tweaking, but the general frame's looking pretty good. She's holding herself in self-carriage. I'm doing a few little bits of on and back. She's just gone a little bit fussy there, but I'm just sort of saying, no, you can carry yourself. But she looks overall really quite nice and balanced, fairly supple. We do need to work on her suppleness a little bit more, something Simon pointed out in our lesson with him, that she's easier to bend left than bend right, and Emily's also pointed it out. So I'm going to add in carrot stretches to our daily routine just to help out with it, and obviously do plenty of suppling exercises as well while we're working. But I think the overall picture, we're getting there. We're engaged without being rushing, and we're uphill without being tight. So that's pretty impressive to me. So entry here, we got a 7 with straight slight head sway. Hopefully we can improve that before Badminton. And then E turn left, we got a 7. You can see from Mum's angle that I sort of overshot it a little, but I don't think you can see it as easily from C. And then at A we do a 3-loop serpentine. Oh, I missed the turn right. We got a 6.5 with a little more supple. So that's the bit that we know that we need to work on. So on to the 3-loop serpentine. We got a 7 for this. And I think it's very rhythmical. I'm trying to be very accurate with my placement, very accurate with changing her bend. And then we canter out of this corner between C and M. It's a decent transition. I think my second transition was my best one. Here we turn right and we do what I call my square call. So you do a square turn, a circle, and then another square turn, and we're sort of swinging out. I don't particularly like this test because everything comes up fast and it's quite hard to gain lots of marks, but hey ho, it's the test that I've done 3 times this season so far. Then at E you turn right. What mark did we get? We got 7 for that. So 7's across the board as a rule at the minute, and a nice trot transition there and a good walk transition. So we got a 7 for that. ME, change the rein, free walk on a long rein, so short diagonal. So when I've been practicing at home, she's been pushing her nose a bit more out, whereas she's curling it back a little. So that's obviously something that happens a little at the events more than at home, but at least she had a nice stretch, and we got a 7 for that. We got a 6.5 for this medium walk. It looked quite nice from here, but the straightness was varying. I could feel her wiggling off to the side, and obviously the judge could see from behind. I was really chuffed with that canter transition. I thought that was really, really nice, and we got a 7. 7s for a good while now with this circle, and I feel like this left canter's really coming and getting quite good. Feel like we're finally making some waves towards being where we want to be, which is good. There's definitely some jump in the canter and a good trot transition as well. Then we're straight onto this 3-loop serpentine again, and we get 6.5, more supple bend to the right. So I think she's bending in her neck, but she's just not moving her rib cage across as much. But she's actually got a massage tonight, Wednesday night. So that's good. That will help as well, because we all know as we build muscle, it's actually tearing of the muscle to build it up. So she probably just needs a good sort of setting straight. And then I thought this trot was good. It was getting a little bit forwards, but not terrible. And we went onto the centre line, and our final halt we got a 8 for with obedient. Good girl, Maggie. We finished on a 30, I believe, 30.8. Here, what I'm doing is I'm being really sneaky. So the person before me is just finishing their round. You get let in just before the person finishes, and you just have to stay out the way, and you get told which side to go to. But the first fence is obviously over near where Mum's filming, and the first double also is. And I always show Maggie the first double, and then she jumps in a bit better. But obviously the final fence is over there, so I was having to sort of find a sneaky way round that wasn't going to distract anybody and cause any problems, because I don't know why it makes such a huge difference, but it really does. She always jumps in much more confidently once I've shown her the first double.
253, Darling Deluxe and Evangeline Llewellyn Smith. They have a dressage score of 30.8.
I know that you're trying to fix me, but I don't wanna be like you. If you wanna take it back to the 50s, maybe I'm not the guy for you. You're dying not to work until you die, you know that's true. Have you thought it through? Cause you love to tell me what to do. Say no, I'm not like you, I don't think that you get it. You should go and get out, I'll make you regret it. Someone like you should worry about. Maybe your two's upside down, and I'm not like you, I don't think that you get it. I don't wanna put on a smile, everybody expects me to. So you can keep your suit and your tie, gotta hope that it strangles you. Yeah, I do. You buy shit you don't need to impress the ones you hate, that's so up. Cause everything you own just ends up owning you. So, dear society, you suck. Say no, I'm not like you, I don't think that you get it. You should go and get out, I'll make you regret it. Someone like you should worry about. Maybe your two's upside down, and I'm not like you, I don't think that you get it. I don't wanna put on a smile, everybody expects me to. So you can keep your suit and your tie, gotta hope that it strangles you. Yeah, I do. You buy shit you don't need to impress the ones you hate, that's so up. Cause everything you own just ends up owning you. So, dear society, you suck. Say no, I'm not like you, I don't think that you get it. You should go and get out, I'll make you regret it. Someone like you should worry about. Maybe it's you who's upside down, and I'm not like you, I don't think that you get it. cares about your posts? I know they're only fake. Show us what you own and how much money that you make. Yeah, I know that you're trying to fix me, but I don't wanna be like you. Keep your stupid job, pretend that you're the person you wanted to be. And you're dying not to work until you die. And you're dying not to work until you die. You're dying not to work until you die. You're dying inside. Say no, I'm not like you. I don't think that you get it. You should go and get out and make you regret it. Someone like you should worry about. Maybe it's you that's upside down. I'm not like you. I don't think that you get it. Yowza.
Compo. A few more to go as Roscoe Lad away.
We are home with a very exuberant girlie who's very proud of herself because she's brought a rosette home, haven't you, girly girl? She says, of course I've brought a rosette home, silly Evie, because I am amazing. Right, just getting ready. Hold up. Right, young lady, have you been clever? She says, I have. The only thing she wasn't quite so clever with was she booted herself when washing her off. Like, really kicked. She's a little bit, little bit kicky with her back legs when she's finished cross country because she doesn't really like wearing back boots. Maggie! Mags! She just wants to get off the way. Good girl. Yeah, she doesn't like wearing back boots, and when she events she wears fetlock boots and show jumping and hind boots for cross country that are quite rigid. So by the time I take those off and I'm washing her off for cross country at the end, she gets quite cross with hind boots, don't you? Good girl. And today, instead of just kicking the air like she usually does, she she hit herself on her cannon bone. Okay. Maggie, shush. Good girl. Yes, like I say, she hit herself on her cannon bone and actually left a little cut. You silly Billy, didn't you? But I think it's all okay. She just stunned it because she really kicked hard and got quite a lethal kick, haven't you? But other than that, you come home very fit and well, haven't you? You've been a very good girl. I think she's enjoyed today. I think we've achieved the purpose. A bit more practice. I'm trying to do this one-handed and failing miserably to do it one-handed. There we go. Good girl. So we did a 30 dressage and a nice double clear. I was just a little bit slow cross country. I got 1.2 time penalties, but I was just trying not to hurry her too much so that she had a really nice round, because this is our last run ahead of Badminton. So I really want her lasting memory of cross country to be like, oh, wasn't that nice? Do you look well?
I've got a little furry thing in my arms, Maggie.
Good girl. I'm just editing and I've realised that my final roundup clip I must have not pressed record for because it is not there. So yeah, I've said probably all that I need to say. Both ponies were fabulous. Brilliant first run for Donut. Great last run ahead of Badminton for Maggie. I'm doing this voiceover over Maggie's show jumping round because I think that was definitely my highlight of the two classes. this weekend. I was really chuffed with that. I feel like I'm finally riding a more technical show jumping round, and Maggie is just jumping out of her skin at the minute. She's reeling really, really well. So proud of her, but equally so proud of Donut too, because he's improved immensely. So lucky to have these guys, and yeah, been a really, really nice Easter weekend. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sure I will be catching you very, very soon with all the extra content that I've got to put out ASAP. So make sure to stay tuned. Press subscribe if you're not subscribed already. And yeah, catch you later.
Say no, I'm not like you.